You might not know who Salena Zito is off the top of your head, but you're almost certainly familiar with her work. She writes in publications such as the New York Post and the Washington Examiner about such varied topics as why Democrats in western Pennsylvania are voting Trump, why the generation after millennials will vote Republican, and why the Rust Belt just gave Donald Trump a hero's welcome. Or maybe you read her September 2016 piece in The Atlantic in which she famously pointed out that Donald Trump supporters took the candidate seriously, not literally, while the national press did the reverse. Seriously, not literally, a nice phrase, and a bit of a conjuring trick. It flipped around the usual dynamics of our political culture. The voters had wised up beyond any care for truth, and the simple-minded media were being played for suckers. The observation hasn't held up well. Trump has literally done what he literally said he would do, but analytical rigor wasn't really the point. This was about excusing Trump voters, part of the media's excruciating and relentless project to understand the mind of the Trumper without ever talking about racism. Zito was more than happy to provide the liberal world with countless portraits of rational, eloquent, democratic curious Trump voters who are always just this close to going blue. She even got a book deal and a Harvard teaching fellowship out of it. Unfortunately, as people have been pointing out with increasing frequency, a lot of it appears to be bullshit. Most recently, a few threads on Twitter calling a number of aspects of her work into question have been making the rounds. The critiques amount to a wholesale demolition of the Zito method. Her shtick, which, as she has told us time and again, is absolutely not a shtick, consists of driving to blue-collar Rust Belt towns and letting regular folks tell her in their own words why they support Donald Trump. Thus does she fashion herself as the antithesis of the fake news coastal elite. Much of her gimmick rests on the idea that her interlocutors are apostate populist Democrats who swung to the Republican Party. This is the story many conservatives prefer to tell about Trump, that he is a populist phenomenon, not the product of regular country clubs and chambers of commerce republicanism. Certainly, these left-to-right populists exist in America, but Zito has a knack for finding the ones who, apparently unbeknownst to her, have become Republican Party officials. This is why the criticisms of her are so damning. Zito is supposed to be the one telling you how it actually is. There are two lines of attack on her journalism. The first is the straightforward accusation that she makes stuff up. A number of people have